All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the schedule is here. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump right in. So right off the bat, we have 3 preseason games as opposed to the normal 4. Week 1, it's against the New York Giants. Obviously, it's a home game for both teams involved. Week number 2, we're going to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. Pretty interesting. And then week 3, it's at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. So all in all, pretty much the same kind of preseason. We play the Giants every year. We play the Eagles every year. So nothing too crazy. But I do like the schedule, right? 2 home games, 1 away. But here's where it gets really interesting. The regular season. All right, week 1 at Carolina. 1 o'clock kickoff. We talked a little bit about this before. It's the whole Sam Darnold revenge game against Zach Wilson. It should be pretty fun. Week 2 at home against the New England Patriots. 1 o'clock kickoff. I like how we play a division rival early in the season at 1 o'clock. Week 3, it's at the Denver Broncos at 4:05. Week 4, we're coming back home to play the Tennessee Titans at 1 o'clock. Week 5, we've already talked about it, at Atlanta, but technically it's in London, so a neutral field at 9:30 a.m. I love the London games. I really, really do. Week 6, it's a bye. Awesome. Week 7 at New England, 1 o'clock. Week 8 back home to Cincinnati, or back home against Cincinnati rather. 1 o'clock kickoff there. Week 9 at Indianapolis. That's a Thursday night game at 8:20. That should be pretty interesting. Week 10, home against the Bills, 1 o'clock. Week 11, we're at home against the Miami Dolphins at 1 o'clock. Week 12, at the Houston Texans at 1. Week 13, home against the Eagles at 1. Week 14, home against the Saints at 1. Week 15, in Miami. That time hasn't really been announced yet, to be determined. Week 16, home at 1 o'clock against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 17, home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 1. And then finally, week 18, the new week that's added in by the NFL, it's at Buffalo at 1 o'clock. Okay, so 9 home games. 7 away games, 1 neutral field. Right off the bat, the Jets have an advantage. 9 games in MetLife Stadium this season? Are you kidding me? That is awesome. That is huge for a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach. I mean, you want to talk about being comfortable, playing well in your own stadium? You have 9 cracks at it this season. That is great. That is awesome. And then on top of that, we're looking at the neutral field in London against the Atlanta Falcons. I'll go as far as to say that could be considered a home game because the Jets fans in the United Kingdom are awesome. They're some of the best fans around. They're as diehard as they come. They are great. They are great. So I'm really, really looking forward to, the home and away split because right off the bat, it's looking pretty good, right, in our favor. The second impression that I got, no back-to-back road games. How awesome is that? Could you imagine if week 1 we had to go to Carolina, week 2 we had to go to Denver, week 3 we were at home against the Titans, and then week 4 we were going to London to take on the Falcons? It's not like that. Every single away game is followed up by either a home game or the bye week, right? Coming off of that London game, we have that bye in week 6 before we take on the New England Patriots in their house. So no back-to-back road games is huge. Impression number 3, 6 out of the last 9 games of the season are going to be at home. Weeks 10 through 18, 6 of those are home games. Okay, that is huge. And also when you're taking a look at the schedule, it's home against Buffalo, home against Miami, away. Home, away. Home, away. I mean, if you want to talk about being comfortable towards the tail end of the season, trying to make a push, trying to go on a run, trying to make a push for the wild card, who knows how good the Jets will be. But if you want to talk about being comfortable playing in your own house, packing the stadium with your own fans, this is a beautiful setup, a beautiful schedule for the Jets at the tail end of the season, the back half of the season. We have tons of home games. That is awesome. Impression number 4, 1 West Coast game. 1 West Coast game at the Denver Broncos in week 3 at a 4:05 kickoff. We're not going to Seattle. We're not going to Vegas. We're not going to San Francisco or LA to take on the Rams or LA to take on the Chargers. No. 1 West Coast game against the Denver Broncos early in the year. And by the way, my light's dying, so that's why the background is starting to get a little bit more neon here. But man, from top to bottom, I'm really liking the schedule. There are, of course, a couple drawbacks. Like every single team that we play on this schedule has a pretty good quarterback, right? We do have to say that. I really don't see, maybe outside of, honestly, probably the worst 2 on this schedule. I have it pulled up right here. I would say the worst 2 quarterbacks are Tua and Sam Darnold, but both of those guys are considered franchise guys by the teams that they're playing on. And I guess maybe Houston is in there as well, just because we don't really know what's happening with the Watson situation. But as we stand right now, the Jets have a pretty difficult group of teams that they're playing, but I couldn't ask for a better schedule in which we play those teams with. So I'll leave it there. Drop your impressions down below in the comment section. Did you like the schedule? Do you think it's a little too hard, a little unfair maybe? I don't know. I personally love it. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.